do have a nice webcam, but it's just a little bit intermittent at the moment, so my apologies. To those of you that persevered through the debut group Facebook Live, thank you. It is wonderful to have you all back. This is, in an ideal world, a brand new daily Facebook Live. It's my attempt to say hello and check in. Oh, good on you, Tammy. I'm so glad that you can see me again. I would love to know how you are, Tammy. I saw a wonderful post of yours the other day. A little bit of temptation of maybe moving closer to the city or the town. But I'd like to check in with you guys each day. It's a cup of tea time because I've already had the morning coffee. Cup of tea, a bit of a Tulsi tea this morning. Tulsi, if you don't know, is holy basil. But I want to check in. There's a number of reasons why I do this. About once every 6 months, I have a conniption of I've been hiding in my creative cave and I haven't engaged with the world enough. And I'm definitely one of those extroverts that has struggles, not the right word, but has had to find new ways to engage in this COVID world, shall we say it. So I miss a lot of you. For those of you that I know, I miss you. For those of you that I only know a little bit, I would love to get to know you better. I did put an Instagram post or a story on Instagram last night sharing some exciting news, which has been in the wings for a long time. But this arrived on my doorstep yesterday. This is the mock copy, the first copy, the author copy of the book, which has taken me a lazy 5 years to write, called Your Exceptional Life. Make the rest of your life the best of your life. And I actually didn't want to open it for an hour or two. There was no one home. This doesn't mean, I don't mean to sound vain and self-serving here, but there was no one home. And I didn't want to have the experience all alone. It was, I wanted my kids to be here, even though it was going to be wild. And they weren't really going to give it any attention. Let's be honest. They were just going to say, "That's great, Dad. Thanks. I'm hungry." But when you have significant significant events in your life, it is only natural that you want to share them with others. And so I do miss that engagement with you all in the real life world. I just want to see more of these messages coming through. Close that. Want to increase engagement in your Facebook group. Invite your audience. Sorry, guys. Male brain can only do one thing at a time, and I can only read that out loud. That's great. Yes, I can't wait either, Alison, to share that book properly with everyone because it's I've got to just do a quick final edit and then send it to the printers for the first big print run. But it just reminds me more than anything how much I still yearn for the old world. We even just in the Byron COVID cluster F-bomb that was the week before or the week before that, we had to cancel our Byron Bay longevity experience. And that was the nail in the coffin for all things events. And a part of me is like, if you're anything like me, you've probably read more books than ever in the last 12 months because you've probably been home a lot more and you've been able to do it. But what I want to do each day, guys, is check in with you and answer some of the questions that you have, but also share with you many of the questions that I have attempted to answer in this book. I do like a book with footnotes, not because I care to read the footnotes, but I like that an author puts a lot of effort, I suppose, or research into the book. So there's about 140 footnotes in here and about 70 books in the bibliography. And I only say that, no, not to brag by any stretch, but just to let you know that so much effort has gone into creating this book. And it's because, I've got a lot of questions about my life. And if you're anything like me, that is, you're a human being, you've got a lot of questions about your life. And the major question that I ask myself each and every day, and it was the premise behind writing this book, is this mediocre or exceptional? And that branches out to so many. It branches out to so many areas of life, and it branches out to all of humanity. The thing that I find is I often go, why do some people, create exceptional lives and other people settle for mediocre lives? But the more interviews I've done and the more research I did, that question branches out into why do some people settle for a job that just pays the bills whilst others are determined to go on a mission in their working hours? Why do some people have really high standards for their movement and others are just happy to, see movement as a luxury item and not much more than that? Why do some people, strive to make time to catch up with their friends and have a social life, whilst for others, it's just, I don't have time to socialize? If it's in nutrition, why are some people everything in moderation? Or why do some people believe in the power that made the body heals the body, but then when there's an event in their life that strikes, their belief system is shattered and they essentially lower their expectations? And this goes all the way into relationships, into growth, into wealth. Why do most people spend more than they earn? Which again, I've struggled with that for a big, large period of my life, and I feel like I have done my very best to put a lot of the answers to those questions in the book. So over the next couple of weeks, you'll see. I don't want to say I'll clog your feed, but you'll see me a lot more present in social media land and in your email inbox, because that's the price of marketing. No one will buy the book if I don't tell them that it's out there. So you'll see a lot more of that over the coming weeks and months. But the whole idea is that it is a timeless book. It's a book that I want you to be able to read this year, but in the year 2030, in the year 2040. And the way I see it, it is a book, if you're in your 20s or 30s, it's a book about exceptional life designing an exceptional life. And you're in your 40s or 50s, it's really there to answer the question for you, are my best years behind me? And if you're in your 60s and 70s and beyond, it's really a book to help you master the art of aging gracefully, to create a compelling future. And I think the most important part of this is to ask ourselves and become committed to asking ourselves on a daily basis, is this the exceptional choice? Am I making the exceptional choice? There is no doubt that we settle for mediocrity in at least one or two areas of life every single day. And that is not to be, you are not to put yourself down about that. You're not to be hard on yourself. We do have values where we have one area of life more important to us than other areas of life. I know I've said this, and again, I'll share this in the book, that when Sarah wakes up every day, her focus is, what am I doing with the kids? So today they've got a balliner. They're doing shopping to fill in the wardrobe blanks as we go into a change of season. It is starting to get cold. I wore my hoodie to the market this morning. It is starting to get cold. And so Sarah is waking up thinking about family each and every day. Now, when I wake up at the moment, I've been up since a bit after 6 this morning. I went to the cafe this morning to do some work on the book. The book is dominating my thoughts. That is my purpose in life at this point. Okay, for me, it's the year of the book. So I don't wake up in the morning and go, what are the kids going to have for breakfast, and where are their jocks and socks, and are they going to be on time for school, or what are we doing in the school holidays, and what play dates are we organizing? And I say this because in relationship, you definitely come to relationships as two very different people, and that never, ever, ever changes. And it's so important to recognize that as you go about creating your exceptional life, you are going to have people around you, whether it's a partner, a child, colleagues, or friends, that have different standards, that settle for mediocrity is not the right term, but that you have different standards to them. And I'm happy for you to ask any questions that you have around this about what do you do if your husband or wife has different standards or expectations to you in a certain area of life, whether it's your colleagues, whether it's your children. I mean, even just last night, my boy Darby wanted me to be in his room for the night whilst he fell asleep. He essentially is. So I tell my kids, why do you want me to watch you fall asleep? I want to go in on the couch and just sit and chill and relax and wind down myself. And sometimes, days like yesterday, I found it excruciatingly hard to be patient at the end of the day. But the reason I tell you that is because we all have different expectations. I have an expectation at the end of the day that I am allowed to have 10, 20 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, an hour maybe, just to chill and unwind at the end of the day. And young children sometimes do not have that same expectation that you will be able to do that. And it's no different for adults in our lives, for colleagues, for friends, whoever it is. And I just think it's really important that we honor how different we are. But coming back to what I want to talk about today is, are you asking yourself this question? And it is, am I making a mediocre or an exceptional decision right now? And are you answering the question? And if you are answering the question and it's exceptional, great, tick, fabulous, fantastic. They're little things like, did I spend less than I earned today? Did I feel love today? And did I give love? Did I eat largely seasonal, local, organic, whole food? Because these questions do determine the quality of your life. There's a great one-liner, and I think it's Tony Robbins. The quality of your life is in proportion to the quality of the questions you ask. But more importantly, I think it is the time you give yourself to answer your questions and listen to your answers. Because we can't keep saying, I don't have time. That's definitely not. I'm just going to have a little play here. If I put that up, do you get to see comments come up? Do you get to see all those comments coming up? Maybe not. Can someone say hi or put a comment in just so I can see if this works? It would be really, really cool because this is all brand new. Messages. The software puts one up there. Do you guys get to see that as well? Messages from the audience will display here. If you are seeing this and you can pop a comment in, can I just check if this works? It would be really cool. If not, that's okay. But I just, whilst I have a little play here. But I just think it's very important, folks, that, even if it's at the end of the day, I think this is why journaling can be a really good option is, ask yourself if you made the choice for exceptional or mediocre today. And again, I don't expect it to be 8 out of 8 exceptionals every day. And that is, hi, Marcus, I can't see anyone's messages. Hello. But Tammy, can you now see Helen's? And Helen, can you see Tammy's? Can you see that on the side of the screen? I wonder. Or is it only me? I don't know. As I said, I'm learning here, so I appreciate it. But I would love for you to ask yourself at the end of the day. Okay, now you can write these down. You can have a listen. You can replay. Did I do what I love and love what I did today? All right, that's life purpose, okay? Did I move my body in ways that I love today? So as you may know, Damo and I and a group of others do 60 push-ups a day. For me, if I do my 60 push-ups a day, it's a big tick. Now, the thing I love about it is that it takes 60 seconds in the day. The weakness of it is you really do want to move more than 60 seconds in a day, but sometimes that's about as much as it is, and that's the bubble use. Yeah, okay, cool. That's cool. That's the software, Helen. Great. Good. All right, I'm going to leave it like this for a moment. Let me know if you like having those messages come up. But I want you to ask yourself. Sorry, I get sidetracked. Come back. Okay. Now, again, this is all in here, okay? So this is 300 pages, but really, let's come down to, let's summarize this with 8 daily questions. When you go to bed tonight, or when you journal tonight, or maybe in the morning, did I do what I love and love what I did today? Did I move my body in ways that I love today? Not did I exercise because I have to. Did I move my body in ways that I love today? Did I socialize with people? That's all it is. Socializing with people, with humanity, can be your family, can be your friends, can be your colleagues. Like, did you talk? It is sad and disconcerting to me how easy it is to go through the day without talking to people in the year 2021. Like, it's this whole contactless purchasing makes it far too easy to just not engage with humanity. And I can't begin to tell you how much of a muscle socializing is. So if you don't socialize, your social muscle atrophies, which means it gets smaller, which means you can find it more difficult to socialize. You get stranger danger, you become timid around people, you're a little bit less trustful, you're a bit unsure whether to make new friends. You're not sure whether you should go down and join the local table tennis club because what if there's a creep down there, or should I start yoga here because will they judge me? Like, community is not meant to be that way. And I do feel like that our good friends at the mass and social media have made it a little bit more difficult for us to embrace an exceptional social life. But I really I really would encourage you to be as active as you can socially. I'm getting sidetracked again. So they're the first three questions. Did I eat seasonal, local, organic, whole food for most of the time? Most of the time today, or was it a packet date? Family. Was I loved, and did I give love? So was I loved? That all comes down to you. Do you make it easy or hard to feel loved? But was I loved, and did I give love? It's really important to give love, but it's also really just as important to receive love. And question number 6, did I learn in ways that I love to learn today? So a lot of people are doing courses and reading books that they feel like they should learn and they should read. You know, I'm really big on reading the books that you're compelled to learn, that you love to learn, that you're drawn to, that you're inspired by. Watch the movies or the docos that you're just inspired to watch, not just to pass the time. Do courses that buzz you. Wealth, simple one. Did I spend less than I earned today? You know, did you have any unexpected expenses? And if they were unexpected, were they also budgeted for? You know, it's really important. Massive. I've got a really big example on this. It was an $11 expense, but it was just a good reminder. Kids wanted to watch a movie on the weekend. We rarely watch movies in the Pierce family. So when they do watch a movie, tell you what, it's excitement central. And what did they watch on the weekend? The Jungle Book, the Disney version, the old school one, the Jungle Book. Baloo. I just love that song. Now interesting, that sidetrack. I'll get sidetracked if I keep talking about it, so I won't. But so I invested, is that the right word, in a Disney Plus account, $11, maybe $11.95. And told myself pretty quickly, this isn't in the budget. Go and pop it in the budget, add it to the budget if it's going to stay, that is. But in the speed of life, sometimes you incur expenses that aren't in your budget, and a lot of people are too busy to add it to their budget, and there begins the process of spending more than you earn. So when expenses come up, include in your budget, know how much you're earning. And if all of this is a little bit overwhelming, then I'm going to sound very marketeer and spruiker-like. And get this book when it comes out. You can pre-order it. It's at marcuspearce.com.au/pre-order. But most importantly, there's the 7 questions. And the last one is, was I? Well, it sounds like a big, deep and meaningful question, but it's really, was I a limitless soul today? But let's just make it a little bit more tangible. Was I judgmental today, or was I very accepting of the diversity that we have in this world? Was I label-ridden, good and bad, right and wrong? Or was I open to the multitude of experiences that I experienced today? Again, I popped this in a table form somewhere in here. You know, I've just given you a very brief summary, but where are you? Right in here. So you'll see generally there is a table or a score that you would give yourself each day, 0 to 10, within each of the 8 areas of life. And for some people, this is too much. But for people like Socrates, who said the unexamined life is not worth living, I'm a massive fan of examining your life for 5 or 10 minutes a day. You know, for the 24 hours that you're going to live each day, I highly recommend spending some time thinking about you rather than committing your time and life to everyone else is somewhat important. In fact, it is essential. So I hope you've enjoyed this live today, guys. I will come to you tomorrow morning as well and share a little nugget with you. I'd love your questions. You can pop them through any of the social media feeds that you are watching this on. You can send me an email, hello@marcuspearce.com.au, hello@marcuspearce.com.au. You can send me a DM on social media. However you want to send me a question, I'm always happy to answer it anonymously if it's something that is a bit deep and meaningful for you, but you don't want your name attached to it. I'm very happy to say Jane Doe sent through a question yesterday. Betty Barbecue sent through a question yesterday and would like some insight on this. Happy to do that, and would love to help you out. But in the meantime, consider to ask yourself that powerful question every day. Are you settling for average, or are you living your exceptional life? And then if you're committed to it, break it down into each of the 8 areas of life: your life purpose, your movement, your social life, your nutrition, your family, your growth, your wealth, your spirit, soul, and faith. And when you do that, folks, you continue to live your exceptional life. Have a wonderful day. Over and out, guys. Take care. See you tomorrow. Bye.